Good morning, children. Today we will talk about alternating current. Now, yesterday, what we had talked about was that how alternating current is produced using an AC generator. And we derived a mathematical expression for the induced EMF that came out to be E is equals to E naught sine omega t. First we hear what I am saying, then we'll talk about this average value. First I'll talk about alternating current. So what I have told you, that we had talked about in last lesson, that an alternating induced EMF is being produced using AC generator. And we got this mathematical expression. From here only we'll go to the alternating current. That means induced EMF is varying according to what? According to the sine wave. So it is going to first increase. Now the maximum value of sine omega t is 1 and minimum is -1. So the value of E is going to vary between +1 and -1. Now since in normal routine the maximum and minimum values are not +1 and -1, they can be any other digits, and therefore we have got a term maximum value which indicates maximum value, that is E naught. This you have done in class 11th also, that this type of wave is representing what? It is giving you induced EMF at any given time t, and the value of maximum value will be E naught, as sin theta की maximum value is 1, and E minimum will be -1, as value of sin theta minimum is -1, and these two values vary with limits 0 in between. And we have a sine wave like this, and therefore if this is the alternating EMF with time t, it is going to vary like this, and the maximum value will be E naught and the minimum value will be -E naught. So voltage is going to vary in this manner. Clear? And this one cycle will be completed in a time period t. This also we have done in waves in class 11th. Alright. Now what we are going to do is, first we'll see that if the EMF is varying in a circuit in this manner, how will the current vary? The current shall also vary in the same manner, because we know that V is equals to IR or E is equals to IR. Depending upon the resistance, the current will vary. The value may be less than E. The value of I may be less than the magnitude of EMF depending upon the resistance, but the variation has to be in the same manner. Low voltage means low current and high voltage means high current. Now here what I am telling you is, when we are talking about only a purely resistive circuit, but we know that now we have also talked about two new circuit elements, that is capacitor and inductor, in our previous chapter. Inductor we have read in this chapter only, and about capacitor we talked about in first unit. Those are different types of circuit elements in which we had talked about, that is source charge, and here it is the induced EMF is being produced. So we'll see now in this chapter that how the current is going to vary. But one thing is for certain, the current is going to vary in a similar form. Form means maybe it will be a sine wave or it will be a cosine wave, but it has to vary between two maximum and minimum limits, and in between varying to 0 also, taking 0 values also. So the induced current will also have a similar waveform, that is I is equals to I naught sine omega Now, before talking about how the EMF and current will vary in a circuit containing resistance or capacitor or inductor or the combinations of these circuit elements in the same circuit, first we'll talk about two more new physical quantities, that is mean or average value of AC and mean square or RMS value of AC. Alright, so first we'll talk about this today. See, I've written the definition over here and I'll explain to you from this wave and try to understand this definition physically. See, what it says is, it is that current, which one? Steady. Steady means same current. What we are looking here is, if this is the graph for I, because I have said that I will also change in the similar manner. So if I draw it for I, so this value will be I naught, this will be minus I naught, and here it is 0. Now we say whenever a current is flowing in the circuit means what? It is the charge which is flowing. It is the charge which is flowing. So certainly that you can see the charge must be flowing through the circuit, but how? See, initially the charge flowing in a given time may be 0, then it steadily increases. The number of charges going to maximum value in a given time, then reduces, comes to 0 and again changes in the same manner. This is AC. That is number of charges flowing to the circuit per second, if we say, or in a given time interval if we divide it into, does not remain same. It first increases, goes to the maximum value, then decreases, then the charges start moving in the opposite direction. And now what we are going to define? The mean or average value. So how it is defined? It is that steady current. Steady means same. If in place of this variable current, I want a steady current to flow in the circuit, then the number of charges which are flowing from 0 to capital T by 2. Capital T by 2 means half the time period. Capital T we always denote for time period. See, this is one cycle or one wave. You can see the total time period will be up till here. So this is half the time period. So the number of charges which are moving in half the time period, if they are variable, if in place of this, I want steady current to flow. I want steady means same current to flow in this time interval, then that value will be known as mean or average value. Clear? Now I can make you understand in another form also. Suppose during this time the total charges flowing are say this time period, say 4 seconds, and say 24 charges were allowed to flow during this time. But how? Maybe it is 2, 4, 6, then 4 and 2, something like that, continuously varying. But total charges are 24. And if there is a steady current, how much charges per second will flow? 6 charges. That will be a constant value. So that is the mean value. Now we will try to find out what is the relationship between I naught and I m. Now we'll start from the definition of current itself, because what I want to calculate, I want to determine charges flowing in the given AC in time T by 2. We know I is equals to dq by dt. All right. And why I have taken it like this? Because the current is continuously varying. It is not remaining constant. If it would have remained constant, I would have taken I is equals to Q upon T. So now since this I is variable, so dQ by dt is equals to I naught sine omega T. I want to find out the number of charges flowing during the time 0 to T by 2. So dQ can now be written as I naught sine omega T dt, and now Q can be calculated by integration dQ integration I naught sine omega T dt. This is going to give me Q is equals to I naught sine omega T dt 0 to T by 2. I want to find the number of charges flowing in the time interval 0 to T by 2. This is going to give me I naught minus cos omega T dt. This is going to give me minus I naught 0 to T by 2. Minus I naught dt will not be there now. Cos omega T 0 to T by 2. Now we'll substitute the upper limit and the lower limit. Q is equals to minus I naught cos omega T by 2 minus cos 0. This is going to give me minus I naught cos. Now this omega can be written as 2 pi by capital T. See, this I am writing because we already have capital T here. If there would not have been capital T in this term, omega, I will keep it as omega because that will be treated as another constant. So it will be 2 pi by T into T by 2. Cos 0 will give me 1 minus I naught. T and T will cancel out. 2 and 2 will cancel out. Cos pi will give me minus 1, minus 1. This is going to give me 2I naught. Now one more thing which I have not written here is minus cos omega T upon omega. When we integrate sin omega to cos omega T in integration, we will integrate this part also, and after integrating whatever we will obtain will get in the down. So this will be omega will also be here. I will keep it here on omega and omega. So 2I naught upon omega. And this is further going to give me 2I naught 2 pi into T. 2 and 2 will cancel out. I will be left with I naught upon pi into T. This is my Q, charge flowing in the AC circuit between time interval 0 to T by 2. Now according to definition, if Im is the mean value, of the steady current, then and flows through the same time period, how much? T by 2. So charge flowing will be Im into T by 2. This must be equal to the charge flowing when AC was there between 0 to T by 2. So this will be equal to I naught upon pi into T. T and T will cancel out. I will get Im is equals to 2I naught upon. Now this is a constant value. This we can calculate beforehand only. You will get Im is equals to 0.636 I naught. This is the relationship between Im and I naught. And the same relationship will hold for induced EMF also. If I'll find it out EMF, EM will be equal to 0.36 E naught. And this derivation we can do with the cos wave or the sine wave, because formation is same, waves are same, variation also remains similar. The only thing for our convenience will be using sine wave only, because it gives us 0 value at theta equals to 0. Otherwise we can do with both the waves. So both can be taken. Alright. So this is the relationship between EM and A naught, IM and I naught. Alright. We'll be doing the second one, that is the root mean square value and or virtual value. If you try to understand this, do this derivation. We'll do exactly in a similar manner the other derivation. Thank you.